Oh no, wait. Jazz is not working. Hold on, something's wrong.
Oh no, can you not hear me?
Alright, I think it's fixed.
Hello and welcome to Weekly Stand-Up. Happy Sunday. It has been a minute since we've had the show. Thank you for joining us today. Mike and I have a bunch of stuff to talk to y'all about today. Josh is not with us. He is feeling unwell. So we hope that Josh gets better. And, he did give us a very inspirational quote that we'll get to later.
I like the statement of Josh is not with us. What looks like an in memoriam like photo behind you.
I know. Rip Josh. No, he's just taking a day off, which is we actually care about people's well-being on the show. Funny enough. I know in, the day of bootstraps culture in the United States, we're actually working to undo that. So that's a lot of what this show is about. We are actually encourage people to take mental or physical health days. It's very important for your well-being. Also, if you're new to Weekly Stand-Up, we are a weekly show that talks about game development and workers' rights, and the ongoing labor movement in the video game industry and other industries. It's actually really exciting to see all of these things happening parallel to each other. So we also talk to devs and interview devs. It's been a minute since we've had an interview. If you'd like to be interviewed, join our Discord server and we can set that up. That would be amazing. And yeah, Mike, do you want to do a little, people know who you are. Mike is a producer on the show, but has hosted with me before. Also a delight to have, a pleasure to have in class. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
This is also the first show since the entire cast and crew have been together in person, which I think is a shame that Josh is not here because we could have had the post-mortem of that.
Yeah. So we all met in person recently, which was really cool. We had K barbecue, and it was delicious. And I was laying on the floor at the end of the day, just full of meat. But it was a great time. And, the show, people on the show here are really cool people. So I was very fortunate to be able to hang out in a room with all of them. So that was fun. And wish Josh was here to talk about it, but it's fine. I hope Josh is doing fine. Have a good day, Josh. No, just kidding. Not guilt tripping on this show. All right. We love Josh and hope he has a good day off.
And shout out to Ollie for extending his stay so we can make that happen while you were back in town. Our social PR good friendo lad.
Yeah, he was in town for Comic-Con and came to see us. It's a beautiful, scenic Los Angeles.
The so much to do in Los Angeles. You can go to.
We walked to the gas station and bought warm water. It wasn't even cold. The refrigerators weren't working. Welcome to
wait, for real?
Yeah, I was the one right by Josh's house, which was great.
I've seen that one. It does not surprise me.
Yeah. It was, and I was like, Ollie was like, yeah, we're gonna walk around LA till we find a place to go. And I'm like, I don't know that LA is a good spot for that, because it really depends what block you're on how safe it is. But glad you all had the welcome and glad we could see each other in person. That was really cool. It helped the show feel more we actually collaborate in a room with each other instead of digitally. So
and that we also like each other enough to not kill each other over the span of a hour, 2 hour Korean barbecue session.
Yeah, I think Korean barbecue is a good litmus test for how people are gonna be. I got a question in chat. Do you want me to just
No, go for it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Lightvio123 said, hi, I want to ask for more details about how I'd be able to get a job in QA. If you don't mind helping me out, what do I need to get a job in QA? Anything that would help me in the interview and anything specific I should have on my resume. I think a really good resource for you if you want to look into QA would be the ASTQB, which is the American Software Testing Qualifications Board. That is a website that shows you standardized tests that you can take to certify yourself as a QA tester, or a test analyst is what they call the functional first level. There's different levels you can go into. You can go into security testing and all kinds of testing. But this obviously really looks good on a resume, having that certification. The first test that you take is very like um, vocabulary heavy. So just learning like what different testing terms mean, how to apply them in specific scenarios. It's really helpful. The syllabus is free to download. So if you just make yourself flashcards and learn about the different types of testing and what like certain specific software development terms mean, it's crucial for you to like know what the software development lifecycle looks like, different types of testing, when to apply those types of testing. It's very attention to detail, technical. So ASTQB is a very good resource for that. And then if you're certified, it obviously looks great on a resume. So yeah, just my humble advice. The syllabus is free. The test is like, I think $200 the last time I took it, but you just like take it and then, you either get certified or don't. And I think you get another chance to take it as well. And you can learn on your own time. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Also, having a passion for game development, it is definitely helpful. It's not necessary that we don't always have like hardcore gamers, but knowing the way that game systems, work or different like ways that games are is helpful to someone who's like looking to get into a career of QA and game dev.
I have nothing of value to offer on this subject, so I hope that helps.
I hope that helps. Yeah, I know. Everyone's like, how to get into game dev and QA. ASDQB is a great resource. Just learning how to reverse engineer software is fun.
Well, unfortunately, while we would love to keep things completely positive and be like, yes, go run right into game dev. The game dev industry, like a lot of workplaces right now, are suffering a lot of issues, whether it's from a internal culture issue, which we see with ABK, recession issue of economy and
so
money, bootstraps tightening or belt tightening, and we don't really know what's going on right now over at Aspire, but yeah, two of the directors are just gone from KOTOR.
I saw that, and when these things happen, it's hard not to see a sinking ship, right? Like when Mike Morhaime, who famously was like, I'm never gonna leave Blizzard, left Blizzard, a lot of people were like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden it's like fast forward to where we're at now, and you can kind of put pieces together. So as someone who's like super cynical about the industry, I'm like, what does this mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like where was the problem and was this the resolution? You know what I mean? So it obviously is upsetting to see that like two people left, right? Like two head lead people on the project left, and now they've announced
they were
delay.
fired. They didn't leave.
They were fired.
They were fired.
Okay.
That's
Do you know
like
why they were fired?
I don't know. There's been follow-up. Give me a second.
Okay. Just genuinely curious. Usually these things mean that there's something that the company is trying to cover up. I mean, in Blizzard's case, it was like years and decades of sexual harassment, discrimination. So I like worry that maybe, but then I don't want to obviously like throw accusations around when I don't know. So it is interesting to see two people got fired. I wonder if it was creative differences or what the deal was there. But it seems pretty serious. And if it caused a delay of a whole game, obviously that's unfortunate. And I feel for the team that's working on that. And I hope they can backfill. I'm sure they can. It's funny because people say like jobs like QA are entry level, anyone can do your job, but like same for a creative director. You know how many creative directors there are? Do you know how many like design directors there are? Please, like don't idolize specific developers, okay? Like with enough passion and collective effort, anyone can make a wonderful product. So don't put all your eggs in a basket. Diversity is important. Just spouting some stuff. But yeah, I don't know why they were fired. But
yeah, so according to reporting, because this is not like an official, I don't think, as far as I could tell, that Aspire has commented on it, or commented like in like a meaningful way, because it was from sources within the company reporting to Bloomberg. Okay. But their design and art director were both fired, and the circumstances are currently unknown.
Design and art director. Interesting.
But
okay.
it's pausing the whole project, which is like the wild thing. It's like not only like are they fired, but like it's like it's a situation where it's like we don't want to like just replace you because like if they did, they would have someone ready to go and not waste all the development time they've done. They are not working on the project.
Yeah, they're officially removed from the project. So it just begs the question of like, what happened? Because it's obviously I'm curious, and it had to be really freaking bad if they couldn't even wait for someone to fill that position. But like I said, there's tons of creative directors out there. There's tons of art directors out there. I think this is a bump in the road. And it unfortunately does suck. And it leaves, like, when things like this happen, I can't even imagine what the studio is going through. Like, morale-wise, I could not even fathom that right now. So hopefully they get the support that they need to, like, continue on, probably not on the product roadmap schedule, but, you know, hopefully they can mitigate some of the delay and, you know, issues that this would cause.
Now, Jess, from you as someone with a QA background and in development, right? When a game project like this gets paused, what does that mean for a lot of the workers, especially people who are on contract as opposed to like full-time employees?
Yeah, I mean, if there's work to do, obviously the show goes on while we find new people. Because I mean, that happened with Blizzard and like Mercury. I think that, you know, again, like we shouldn't keep such high expectations on like one or two developers. I think it's like a shared effort. So I don't think this means anything immediate, like they're going to let the whole team go. I think they're going to reassess resources, see if they can mitigate as much loss as possible. Like, you know, I don't know what happened. I don't know like the budget or anything. I'm just kind of spitballing ideas here, but it's definitely uncertainty and job insecurity, and that's something that unions in the video game industry is trying to solve. Because I think like being a contractor on a video game is so like exhaustively, people abuse it all the time, and they have like permanent contractors and they just don't want to give benefits, and it's like these $1 million companies that are raking in a bunch of revenue. So I think if they have like the means to reallocate resources, they'll be fine. But you know, we'll have to watch in the coming weeks to see how they handle something like this. Like, you know, and if sometimes when a big name and person leaves, it causes like a mass exodus. People start panicking and for other jobs and just go elsewhere. So it really, who knows? If I was QA on that project, I would be a little panicky of like, am I gonna have a job next week? But I would be really annoying and be like, hey, do we need like art director like resources? I have like people on my LinkedIn I can help, you know. It really, we'll just have to see. But it is such a big project that I don't think they're just gonna scrap it.
Yeah, but it's also interesting, really, right? A decision like this being held against a project so big when it's Disney Star Wars. Like this isn't Lucasfilm, LucasArts game Star Wars. This isn't a video game IP that's big. This is like the Mouse licensing you their IP, and you just fired leads of direction on that project. Like that doesn't, you don't just do that. You don't just be like, you know, this isn't working out, we're gonna try something new. Like there's like levels to that they have to clear.
Yeah, which is why I'm like so nosy about it. I'm like, what happened to fly on the wall of that conversation? You know?
Yeah.
Would be interesting, but maybe if you're a dev over there, come on the show.
If you like talking to Jason Schreier, you'll love talking to us. So.
Oh yeah, I am more fun to talk to than Jason Schreier.
Welcome into the chat. Hey Tread, I like that name. Good use of not having it. And Ches Wizard or Shez Wizard? Nice. I don't know which one it is. Shez. Please correct me.
I think it's Shez Wizard. Hi. Welcome.
I think it's like a chess joke, but I'm not 100% sure, you know?
I'm surprised anyone is on our show right now because Hassan is streaming at 1. Or he was streaming at 1. Obviously a chess player. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, wait, Hassan's on?
I think so, but it's okay.
Okay, I'll see you later.
We have a show to run, sir. That will be on your performance review. No, we don't have those here.
We don't have those here. Yeah, but you know who could use a performance review?
Oh God, yes. I love this story.
At Activision
Story
Blizzard.
2. Oh, new union just dropped.
New internet just dropped with Jess's internet dropping. Hodl chat. Hodl for Jess. Oh no. It's not me, is it? No, my upload's fine. It's the kids that are wrong. Okay, well, it's a good pose we got here. All right, chat. Here's your. All right, chat. Here's your goal. I want you to screen cap this Jess here, and I want you to make some sort of meme out of it. And I want you to tweet it at the weekly stand-up account. And best meme, I'll give them a sub. All right. All right. Cool. Well, in the meantime, yeah, Blizzard QA workers from Vicarious Visions announced plan to unionize. It's great to see that, the smaller impacts of the ABK walkouts, the unionization. Oh, we got you back?
I'm back. I'm so sorry. This always happens to me once a show. So I don't know what it means. Sorry, everyone.
It's always when we get to Activision Blizzard, too. I feel like there's something going on here,
Oh my God, imagine, like, I just get, oh my gosh. You just
what if you came back, right? Like, it was, like, they had, like, an AI with your audio, so, like, when I didn't see your camera, it's like, oh, Jess is back. Then your camera turns on, and it's Bobby Kotick in a wig.
Oh my God.
And it's like, I think the C-suite gets a little too much flack.
He really does feel that way. He feels like the C-suite, like, gets a bad rep. And I'm like, I freaking wonder why. Because y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't do nothing. Do your job. New union just dropped. Yes. Blizzard QA workers from Vicarious Visions announced their plan to unionize. So they're actually amazing in the way that they did this. They emailed leadership and said, hi, we're a union, recognize us. And they filed with the NLRB at the same time in case they were going to contest the election. And guess what Activision Blizzard's gonna do? They're gonna contest the election, just like they did for Raven QA. So it's kind of funny that they're like, we're gonna bargain in good faith with Raven QA, but then Blizzard Albany announces a union, and they're like, we're gonna argue against them in the NLRB hearing. So that hearing is scheduled for August 8th. I will be sitting there. It will be by Reed Smith. Again, Reed Smith is the famous
Let's go! Wait! We getting fancy Footloose again? Let's do it!
Yeah, we're gonna be Footloose, fancy free. I think they really just are so wildly out of touch and have no idea what they're doing.
They're just taking their, they don't care. They're just taking their paycheck. Like, they don't care.
Yeah, literally. So,
if those slides are as old as we assume they are, they're about to stop, like, retire in the next couple of years anyway. So, like, they don't care. They just want their paycheck.
I think it's funny that Washington Post actually got Reed Smith to comment on the slide on one of their articles. They were like, yeah, that was a really old slide, and the people that wrote it don't work here anymore. But it's like, is that better? Like, you're still cataloging this to your people that hire you?
Yeah. Like, okay, really why does it not represent what you're going to do? Like...
Yeah. And I'm just excited to sit in the hearing again, because Ravens lasted 5 days, and then they asked for an extension, because of course they did. They're trying to do the thing where they argue that, like, QA can't be its own bargaining unit. Let's let the whole studio decide. But they use that for Raven, so instead of saying the whole studio, they said everyone who's an hourly employee, so they can try to, like, band all their hourly employee salaries together and argue that they're all similar. So it'd be funny to see them lose again. There's also precedent because they've already lost with Raven QA, so it's like, why are you fighting this?
Game Workers Alliance.
Yes, I just think it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited to see GWA Albany come into the fray and fight freaking Activision Blizzard, and we're gonna meme Reed Smith again until they unionize, and maybe I'll have a trip to Albany, New York. We can. I
have no expectation we could ever get this to happen because we are Twitch scum, and lawyers, as bad as they are as being lawyers, are professional people. But imagine a world where we could have you debate one of the Reed Smith lawyers here on the show.
Oh Let me.
Matt, you and Josh versus 2 Reed Smith lawyers. Live on the show.
Let me tell you something. Right. Okay, so when Raven QA was arguing against Reed Smith that they were an eligible unit to be a union, Reed Smith, I mean, we all remember the slide that went out that was like, type of employees that unions exploit: footloose and fancy free, malingerer, complainers, whiners, etc.
Show on the mouse pad. Show on the mouse pad.
Where is the mouse pad?
Are you not using the mouse pad?
I'm not. I'm using a big Logitech mouse
No, yeah, as most people actually do.
It makes me better at League of Legends.
Yeah,
it doesn't, but it has colors on it, so I think I'm a pro.
Oh, you have a light up one? Oh, interesting.
I do. RGB makes you better at video games.
I have the Weeb one, so.
Nice. Hell yeah. But funny thing is, when that slide went live, they were actually in the middle of arguing. They were cross-examining the Raven QA software testers. And the one that sent me that slide and was like, look at this, I can't believe they're about to cross-examine me. So that cross-examination was happening. And then I took that slide and went to Twitter. And then Twitter, like the effect happened where it's like, blow it up. It went viral. And then I just got to watch the Reed Smith lawyers sweating, getting blown up, like fumbling through papers, trying to ask questions to the Raven QA testers. And it was just a funny thing to watch because they just were like so unorganized, so unready to get memed to filth. They had to actually take the website down, but it got archived before. So very funny. And also they were forced to comment on it by a reporter, which I thought was hilarious. It just goes to show you that like memes is the way to do it. It is the way to, push your message forward. Obviously, if it's in good faith, you should use that to your advantage. Don't be a misinformation spreader, but memes.
I mean, speaking of memes and Vicarious Visions unionizing, I wonder if we can make a meme of someone's thoughts on that action.
We did. New union drop, new challenger approaches. Let's go.
GWA
Albany has 0 chill.
We actually have 2 memes, I guess, because the Josh picture is kind of a meme too.
Yeah, the Josh picture is a meme. Oh yeah, and let's explain what it means. So we asked Josh, who's a former Vicarious Visions dev, how he feels about them announcing a union. And Josh said, it is good. So be Josh Miller, everyone, on Vicarious Visions union. It is good.
It is good. Some could say great.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say it's great, to be honest.
I would say it's great. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the end of it. Because it's never the end of it. It's never the end of it.
We've been covering Activision Blizzard for a long time, for a year. All right, for a year.
Yeah, and for people who are like, oh man, all you do is talk about Activision Blizzard. It's not our fault that the industry and the FTC allowed basically a monopoly to occur. Okay, where they own it's like we're talking about Activision Blizzard every single week, but it's hard when Activision Blizzard owns a fuck ton of the studios. Like every other studio is owned by ABK. It's not like, oh, we're talking about Blizzard headquarters.
Yeah.
We're talking about Activision headquarters. It's like they got small places everywhere, freelancers and contractors working from home, and somehow they abuse them all.
All of them. But it's okay because they found themselves not guilty of widespread sexual harassment discrimination.
We investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing.
They made it the fuck up. That's the source. All right, so trust them, bros. Yeah. Trust them. The ones that couldn't produce the HR documents because they shredded them to the DFEH, trust them. Mm-hmm. They totally are the standard when it comes to good business practices. They also totally have 3 ULPs open against them from Raven QA.
What?
So not only are they fighting the Albany unit, they also have to argue to the NLRB that what we did was actually lawful. It wasn't.
Yeah. I mean,
so, ULP. Me, to all the Starbucks and all the Amazons. And now Activision Blizzard. Welcome to the ULP. Big leagues. big league union busting. Welcome.
I want to point out, like, I don't even know which one to switch over to this exactly, because we have like 4 tabs that are all like the same thing, but they're different stories, but they're all the same. I don't even know which one to start on, so I just click this one. So here we are.
The one you're on is good. So we held a walkout on July 21st, which is the 1-year anniversary of the DFEH suing Activision Blizzard for sexual harassment discrimination. Current and former ABK employees banded together to form a anti-sex and gender-based discrimination committee. So with this committee, we kind of work together to come up with like policies that are protective of groups in the workplace, especially marginalized. And we decided to organize a walkout on the 1-year anniversary. We actually had a lot of participation this time. We had California, Irvine, Blizzard. We had Blizzard Albany, New York. We had, Activision Minnesota and Activision Texas. So it was like a collective, everyone walked out to end gender inequity at Activision Blizzard, something that Activision Blizzard says isn't a thing at Activision Blizzard. But I mean, they also said that and then hired Jen O'Neill and didn't pay her as much as her co-lead, Mike Ybarra.
Yeah.
So actions speak a little louder than words here, which is why we decided to walk out. And it was a very successful walkout. It's kind of funny, too, because the week leading up, so Thursday we walked out that week. Monday, Vicarious Visions QA announced their union. So it was just like punch, like coming in from all sides and making sure that they know that it's a year later and the employees are still caring about these issues. They're still working together to fix these issues. They're just being ignored by leadership. So, and I met the mayor of Irvine, and I met the mayor of
Santa I didn't know this.
Yeah, it was great. And then the mayor was like, yeah, I'll try and like get leadership to listen to y'all. I'm like, that's what we need.
Yeah.
We just need leadership to do the right thing. They won't do it, but we're gonna keep annoying them till they do.
Yeah. I mean that's good. Like that's like I mean, I like you said, actions are more than words, right? But having like local government for like a company like Activision, like inherently working against their interests because they are abusing the townsfolk of that town. Is a good step. It's pretty good. I would argue it's better than a lot of the other recourses, honestly, because whereas like, a lot of other like lawsuits are great, all that stuff's great, but at the end of the day, like it's gonna take a long time. Activision is the one with the coffers, the burn.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the people responsible, if it's going to go sideways, are going to find a way to slip out with those coffers, right? Like they're never going to face like actual justice and feel pressure. They're just either going to be like, I'm kind of just annoyed with this. I'm going to leave. Like that's just how it's going to be. Whereas the local government, as like the people who are overlooking the people who live there, are probably giving subsidies to the company, given how large of a company Activision is and how much they contribute to like the local economy, is able to actually like pass legislation to put pressure on them directly that they cannot fight in the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so true. So I'm hoping that we see something from that. Very successful, but that walkout, if you want to scroll down, I have some awesome pictures of the walkout. Oh, that was Fran's letter. So a year ago, for those that don't remember, when the lawsuit news dropped, Francis emailed the entire company on behalf of the ABK Women's Network and said, this doesn't happen here. She had just joined the company 3 months prior, and she was speaking on behalf of all of the women. So obviously she got a lot of angry emails, and then a meeting was held. But that's just a little bit of context there. But let's go to the photos of the walkout. So
is it on this one or?
No, go back to the one that you...
Yeah, this one down here.
Scroll. So we did the walkout. So the first one there is Irvine, which is the one that I was at. It was wonderful. People were amazing. We had an Amazon truck honk for us. It was really cool. I met the mayor. I had a big ABK Workers Alliance flag. We were just like flying it around. People were honking. It was great. Also, speaking of ULPs...
Nerf the boss. I like that one.
Nerf the boss, yeah. And that one calls out all of the, hey, Capybra, all right. One of our regulars showed up in chat.
What's up, Cappy?
I like to call him that. But yeah, so this was Irvine, awesome walkout. Oh my gosh, like the solidarity from everyone, like locals, people that were workers. This was Austin, Texas. So again, a lot of support, especially because of like Texas is probably the worst when it comes to labor laws and just human rights in general.
Wait, hold on. Are you gonna tell me that Texas's view on women don't align with that of ABK?
Yes. So Texas had a very, very successful walkout
do a
as
line.
well.
I messed up that joke. I'm sorry, chat. That didn't make any sense.
It's okay. I'm just gonna ignore it. Go to the next photo. It's okay. Oh, and then this was our Albany, New York location. So they just announced that they were gonna be a union. Yay. Well, Activision Blizzard's gonna fight them, but they're gonna fight back. And I love the Workers Alliance t-shirts. We have so many left over. I'm looking into getting like the ABK Workers Alliance, like a nonprofit or something, so we can like sell them and just put it into the strike fund. Because for us, it's like we need to fundraise for the strike fund. Otherwise, Activision Blizzard, this billion-dollar company, can just wait out all the developers, right, that are walking off the job. So we can't like strike indefinitely. Which would be great if we could.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice.
That's a great idea.
I was thinking of selling these t-shirts, so
yeah,
keep an eye out
we
for
should
that.
if you do, we should launch it with a stream. We should like do a stream and bring attention to it and launch it on that stream.
That would be dope.
I want to again point out the signs, the Form Prime Evils, great, love that. The silence says everything, amazing, like so many good signs.
That one was our local designer Fisk, who actually came up with that.
Oh, let's go, Fisk!
Yeah, Fisk is so great at just like artistic vision. It's literally what he does for work. So, and it's cool too because Fisk is like, he's just really on top of it. I was like, yes, silence a minion, perfect. Let's get it on a sign. So I emailed CWA. I was like, we need this on signs, and they just sent me. So I got literally 8 boxes sent to my house, and they were like huge. And then I had to pack them into my sedan and like deliver them all to like Irvine. And then like we sent some out for.
Hey, there's the man.
Hey, Fisk is here. Welcome, Fisk. Oh, can y'all get pins too? Yes, I would absolutely love to sell those pins. We have the VV heart, the Blizzard Albany heart, which is also nicknamed Jen.
Aww.
Yeah, we have that one, and then we have our GWA, and then we have our ABK. So I want to get those done too. Also, all of our pins and t-shirts are all made in-house with unionized labor. So if you ever feel like you want to support unionized labor, maybe in the future when we put up a storefront or something, just know that it's made by unions.
Profits go to the fund. Just basic costs go to unions. WW.
Yeah. Dubs, fat dubs all around.
Light V asked during all that though, with the Microsoft acquisition of ABK, do you believe they will approach union demands in good faith?
So no, because every corporation having a union is a conflict of interest, because this means that the workers have rights and can fight for money and can be paid what they're worth. So obviously any CEO is going to be scared of a union. Howard Schultz, who's the CEO of Starbucks, said, I will never work with a union, which is a funny thing to say because legally, if the NLRB finds a unit to be an appropriate unit, you have to. You don't have a choice. So there's people that talk like Howard Schultz, and then there's Microsoft. So I will point out, and if you want to look that up, Mike, Microsoft signed a neutrality agreement with CWA. And if for people that don't know, CWA, and specifically Code CWA, which is a
GWA
Albany.
Sorry.
You're good. They signed a neutrality agreement with Microsoft. Basically, Microsoft said they're not going to help or hinder unionized efforts across any like CWA campaign with ABK. So this is a legally binding document. Basically, we could take it to the NLRB and say, hi, you're union busting. Here's what you said in writing. And then, probably the NLRB will rule in our favor if they do engage in bad faith. But also, I think they just really want this merger to go through. So I think they're playing the smart game in that, okay, we'll allow them to unionize. Just please, pretty please sign the deal. So.
Yeah, I think it's a weird thing where, and I'm coming in from a point of bias here, from people that I believe from an outside perspective are
Yeah.
good people in the industry, where I feel like the Xbox team, who is the people who would actually be like heading them, do want to bargain in good faith, and those people like do actually believe in good conditions for game development, although a lot of things we have coming out about Bethesda, maybe not so much, but I want to believe it's not the issue. But it is, like you said, it is Microsoft at the end of the day that's going to put the pressure on, because it's Microsoft's money, it's Microsoft's stock value, not Xbox's stock value. It's not Phil Spencer's stock value, it's whoever the CEO of Microsoft is.
It's the bottom line.
I don't even know, who is the CEO of Microsoft? I don't even know her.
If you want to look up that email or a letter that a senator sent Bobby Kotick, Satya. So it's funny because a senator actually sent Bobby Kotick a letter saying, hey, stop union busting, let Raven be a union. And then she also like CC'd his boss, which is Satya, which I thought was really like a power move. It was like better than any per my last email I've ever seen in my life. It was like, hey, stop union busting. By the way, I'm going to tell your boss that you're union busting.
That's awesome.
Big fat dubs. I think her name is Tammy. She was wonderful. I think she's a Wisconsin
Shout out to Tammys
senator.
everywhere.
I think she's a Wisconsin senator. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that's why we need more like outreach with these type of movements, because rich people only listen to their dumb rich friends or like people in this like similar circle that have some kind of influence, whether it's like political or socioeconomic, like some influence on the broader, like that's when they care. They don't care about us because we're just like peons. We're human fodder. We're like human capital is what they referred to us on the earnings calls. And then we had to literally ping Mike Ybarra and say, hi, can you not call us human capital? It's very, very insulting. And then he was like, yeah, sure. So good guy, Mike.
Yeah.
Not really, but
good enough.
Better?
A better Mike Ybarra?
Oh, we should make that account.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Better Mikes in general. Mike Morhaime, Mike Ybarra, let's go.
Jess, if I were to ask you though, who is the most upset about an ABK walkout, you would say?
Oh my god. Incels?
Yes,
Gamers with a capital G, which is derogatory. Gamers with a capital G is a derogatory term, just so all of y'all know. They are the worst. They don't deserve video games. We should abolish them.
No more video games. Video games for me, not for we.
You've ruined it for everyone. This is why we can't have nice things. But yeah, if you want to talk to specifics, I saw a very interesting tweet this weekend.
Yeah.
And it came from the most smooth-brained, like, I do stupid shit for shock value creator, so I wasn't surprised. The quartering, Jeremy Hombly, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, aka the quartering, made a comment on something he knows nothing about. Is anyone surprised? He was banned from Magic the Gathering for harassing a woman, and it's just funny that he even thought he had a place to comment on something like this. So he said, it's just like 15 people. Activision Blizzard has over 10,000. Just start firing these clowns and focus on the work. Told of him to quote CWA, who follows me, who I'm affiliated with. And I was like, no. He literally knows zero about game development. Also, get ratioed. Also, get fucked. Also, please be deplatformed. Also, everyone literally hates you. You're only relevant because of shock value and clicks that you get from people hating your guts. So, fat L for you, the quartering. Also, he pees in his basement. Also,
his wife goes out for pizza without him. That's a good one.
I mean, I could dunk on him all day, but I think it's funny that the guy who was banned from Magic the Gathering for harassing a woman called employees fighting for better working conditions in game development clowns. You can't make that up. Also, what's sad is that dudes like this thrive off low IQ shock value content. And it leaves impressions on young boys who need a real mentor and guidance. So it creates this like incel culture. And in the age of anti-wokeness, which is a dog whistle for, I can be a piece of shit without repercussions because I have a first grade understanding of the First Amendment. People like this continue to waste their platform by radicalizing youth, men to be misogynistic. And it's sad, and it's no guess why he chose to call developers taking a stand against sex and gender-based discrimination and harassment clowns. This dude's entire brand is having the worst takes imaginable. He is literally quite the circus. So he should know that he is actually the clown here. The quartering, peas in his basement, probably like the bottom feeder next to Keemstar on all of like YouTube creator, Twitch creator hierarchies. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all he really deserves. He doesn't deserve, like, I feel like he only stays relevant by stuff like this.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna one and done this guy and just say, like, bold of you to, you know, quote tweet saying like, Activision Blizzard has over 10,000, just start firing these clouds and focus on the work. It's such a, like, how much do you pay your team, the quartering? Like, can I just, like, unionize? I'm going to unionize his production team. That's
I don't think he has a production team.
I bet he does. I bet he fucking pays people to think for him.
No,
He can't
and I know he probably doesn't, because to your point, backing up of, like, this system of, like, working over impressionable young men and stuff like that, is that fun fact, as an unbiased party of like game dev stuff like that, was that impressionable young man who watched him back in the Magic the Gathering days before he really started, while I watched it happen, I just said before, I watched it happen as it slid off, and how he like tried to spin that whole cosplay situation, which was just like so fucking insane. Another thing specifically that happened to him was he was basically told, this is a while ago, so, you know, I know that if he sees this, he's probably like, look at this guy lying about me. But I'm just bringing up the story. People can go see the story. They can Google it, whatever. But generally, I believe it was Gen Con. He, like, went to Gen Con basically to get banned later that year. Like, he literally went just to, like, make a statement. Like, knowing he would either, you know, probably either record, like, videos, like, of people, like, that he wants to confront about this random bullshit, or, like, knowing he would get kicked out and get to make the video he got to make, which was like, oh, I got banned from Gen Con or whatever. It was something like along that line. But I remember, like, he just kept spinning it as if he was the victim. And I legitimately loved his content, like, in Magic the Gathering growing up. I thought he had a really good perspective. I thought his, like, content was great, especially as someone like limited and stuff like that. And just watching that all fall apart and a full transition to what he became was one of the wildest things I had ever seen. I watched a man, and it's one of two things, right? Either he got fully radicalized and I watched it over the course of months on YouTube, or I watched the slide to selling out. Because honestly, I'm gonna be real, with some of the things I've seen from him, I think he's a piece of shit. Like, he's a piece of shit. That's easy to say, right? That's like, nah, I almost like, because it's one or the other, and it's bad either way. Either he is as dumb as we think he is, right? And he just does believe all this shit that he says, which then is just sad, right? It's just sad because he can't help it, because he's just that dumb.
Right.
Or what I think is actually more likely based on what I watched of his stuff before all this and how he, like, presented content and talked about topics beforehand, is that he's just drinking the Kool-Aid to make money. Like, he's just like, I'm okay being this to have a career.
Either way, like, it's just not good for society.
No, it's not.
Like,
I am not condoning it. I'm not condoning it.
I call it the Jordan Peterson effect. He's like, up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. And it's like, you existed? So, like, this literal post is, like, the only post of his in a long time that actually has engagements. Congratulations, ambulance chaser the quartering. You got your 2 seconds of fame. Get him off my screen.
Now we can make another 6 videos about Captain Marvel.
But you know what's funny? He's not going to address me, even though I'm the host on the show. He's going to address you, Mike. Because
that is, I'm very curious to see what happens.
I mean, it's not like I'm trying to bait him into it, because, like, I don't want to lose.
Did he reply to your tweet? Let me see. Did he reply to your tweet or no?
No, he didn't reply to my tweet. He replied to a guy's tweet that talked about something else. He actually quote tweeted the person. So he didn't reply to my tweet because he knew he was going to get fucking obliterated. Because I don't deal with that shit. Not in my house.
Wait, I want to find that one. I'm just curious personally now. He quote tweeted a tweet that was a reply to you?
No, it was I retweeted. I remember how I like quote tweeted him.
Right.
Someone that I follow who follows me replied to his direct tweet, and then he quote tweeted that tweet. So it says something like go down. Also, he retweets fucking David Scott. What's his name? Like hello. What an echo chamber of just like dumbasses. Okay, so go up. Go up. Also, why is he crowdsourcing content? What's on your minds for videos today? Like, do your own work.
Yeah.
And now he's telling us
Google,
to like
Google
go to the
Trends is
work.
free. Google Trends is super free.
Literally just Google it. Like, hello, are you that lazy? Right here. Fire the abused and marginalized people who are just trying to improve their working conditions. I want video games is a hell of a take. And then he said, I'm sorry. How do you know the people in the picture are abused and marginalized? You don't. Also, hey, protest all you want, but don't do that shit on work hours. You can get your ass fired. Zero problem with it.
Oh.
Nobody is owed a job, and this recession is going to be interesting. First off, all right, I know that you literally don't have enough like original thoughts to actually come up with your own opinion on like labor movements and things like that. But, how do you know? Maybe because there's like signs in the actual photo telling you that like, are you dumb? Do you just like react barf things or like do you read the things you react to? That's very important. Like absorbing the information that you talk about is very important if you want people to take you seriously. So just a little bit of like, you know, free advice. I'll invoice you later. So they weren't on the clock. They actually didn't clock in that day. They actually took like unpaid time off for that day because that's the whole freaking point of a walkout is not getting paid for the day because you care so much about the working conditions you're trying to secure. Also, it's illegal to retaliate against someone who's engaging in concerted activity, which is a walkout, a strike, organizing, union organizing, signing cards, etc., campaigning, things like that. So it is quite literally illegal under Section 7 of the NLRB. You literally cannot fire someone for that. So way to advocate for unfair labor practices. It's like literally the most idiotic take you could have on this whole. That's why I'm like, did he even read it? I don't think
he did it. And that's the point I'm getting at, right? Is that he's either so dumb or what I think is more likely is that he knows this is the stupidity that will farm engagements, even if they're against him, which will then find its way to the susceptible people he wants to see the content.
And not to shit on like creators because hello, like we are Twitch streamers and also upload to YouTube, but like bold of the YouTube streamer to be like, do your job. Like nobody's like got a right to work. It's like, bro, not everyone has generational wealth. Not everyone has privilege. Not everyone's a hedge fund kid. Some people actually have to work from nothing. And they deserve to work safely and not be abused in doing so. So can I just like
just before you potentially get ratioed on Twitter, I think he's like a business dude. Like he's like a consultant or some shit like that. Like that's what he's gonna tweet you when he sees this. He's gonna be like, actually, I run a successful business.
Anything? No.
Yeah.
Who the hell? I want to know who his clients are.
No. I agree.
Who his clients are.
I'm preparing you. I'm just preparing you for like the clap back that potential.
I mean,
it's gonna sound like this, but like that's gonna be the clap back.
That's fine. What is he gonna say? I'm ugly and unfuckable.
Like, only fans would disagree.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to touch on real quick that I forgot during the original thing because we went on about it, but I think it's like really like kind of an integral like spotlight on him, right? It's like, as you mentioned, his like big claim to fame that drove him into the space he is now was the Magic Gate issue where he like harassed a cosplayer.
Right.
He belittled the value of like women in the space and cosplayers to the scene. Which is the same thing he's doing here, where he's like, "Oh fuck them, they're just QA. Like, what? They don't have any value. Just get new people." Like, it's literally the same mindset that he is repeating. And then for people in the chat that don't know, also, it's like about like you know, just based on his brand, it's like just the name, the quartering, just like it's like this is my brand. I'm gonna call it the quartering. Of all fucking things, it's so dumb.
Yeah. Just funny.
Hey, Danny,
Just
do you want to elaborate on that?
individual.
Do you want to elaborate on that last word?
Danny
Because
Rand
that,
says,
go,
"I wish
that
I
goes
was
one way or
a
another. And I think you should say it with your chest, which way you mean ho right there.
I think it's in the good way. I think
Okay,
ho,
I
not
hope so.
derogatory. Because that's what I said. I said, I'm an OnlyFans ho. And then
Right.
Danny said, I wish I could be an OnlyFans ho. You can. What's stopping you?
Listen,
There's
we're
nothing.
talking about the
This
quartering.
is an
I expect the worst
inspirational-
things to happen right now. So that's just all.
Listen, the quartering can quite literally, in Minecraft, cease to exist, and I think the world would be a better place for it. I think the same about Keemstar. I think the same about any of these like reactionary, like ambulance chaser. I'm just gonna have the opposite take of like what it means to be a good person because I'm different and I'm original and I have original thoughts and I'm just an outcast from society. No, you're quite literally the worst person in the entire world, and maybe everyone telling you that you're a piece of shit like should be the sign that you should change, and maybe you could actually use your platform for good instead of radicalizing young kids who don't know any better. Yeah, the quartering also sounds beta as fuck. Not that I participate in alpha and beta or any of that those stupid discussions online, but like if somebody was like, "Is this an alpha or beta name?" and it was the quartering, I'd be like, "Beta?" I'd be like, not even like beta. It would be like a first concept, like proof of concept build.
I want to point out, right? Like people come at us all the time, and be like, "Wait, oh, it's not a comedy show; it's weekly stand-up, right?" That's confusing branding. What the fuck branding is the quartering for a pop culture commentary channel? What the fuck? Like, I hear that and I think it's gonna be about like war history or something like that, or just like war politics. And it's like, no, we're gonna actually talk about Captain Marvel for the 8th time this week.
And his freaking like misogyny and advocating for being a misogynist.
Yeah. Okay, I wanna roll us over to the positivities. It's Raw Magic the Gathering. I'll take us over. Good day for the Magic the Gathering guy to be on the show. Card Kingdom is unionizing 111 to 16. If you don't know, Card Kingdom is one of the not the biggest, but one of the bigger brands and businesses in the Magic the Gathering space. They have grown so much over the last couple of years that they are now unionizing. I believe this is a cross-the-board union, not like a section. So it is their fulfillment, it is their sales, it is their pickers. I could be wrong about that last part because I do know they have some sectioned off parts just because of how that business operates. But yeah, this is super cool. We love to see it.
Amazing. Yes.
You know, it's cool.
Unions.
It's just cool. It's just cool. Like the way unions are popping up in a big way these last couple months outside of what we traditionally talk about in the games industry has been super fucking exciting.
Amazing. I'm
also, everyone go draft Double Masters before it's gone because this set is so good.
Do it. Support unionized labor. I love it. So now you should feel better about your consumption of it. One, because the quartering was like exiled from the community, and two, because they're freaking unionized. So I do believe that they haven't heard back on. Actually, let me check an update because this is a while ago. Last I heard, they had not received a confirmation whether or not Card Kingdom was going to, you know, fight it or not. So let me just see if there's been any updates. Nope. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, Card Kingdom's cool. This is how you do it on the Card Kingdom blog. That's how you do it. That is how you automatically recognize a union, and you are absolutely pro-worker if you recognize a union. If you fight the unit, you are anti-worker. Activision Blizzard, just as a heads up.
I don't know why, like, I'm kind of tearing up because I don't expect something this nice on this show. Like, just like read. I want to read this real quick. I want to read this last part. You never hear this anymore. Once the NLRB certifies this vote, we look forward to negotiating a contract with the union. We also look forward to working with our non-union employees to ensure Card Kingdom continues to evolve so we can best meet everyone's needs. Finally, we would like to thank everyone who participated in this process. Your voices have revitalized many important discussions, and we will help prioritize how we move forward as a company. Now, of course, negotiations are negotiations. Who knows what happens there? But at the very least, they're doing the PR thing correctly.
They acknowledged them, which
is nice to see.
Yeah. And fat dubs, congrats.
Biggest of dubs. Wow, that's. I feel like we haven't got news that positive in a while. We've had victories, but this is just wholesome. I feel like,
We should like go to Medieval Times, which is now unionized, and then like play Magic the Gathering.
Ooh. I mean, Josh is learning Commander, so if you want to learn Commander,
Okay, so every time I've watched friends play Magic the Gathering, it just ended in an argument, and it did not look like a good time.
Okay, so, well, that's probably because, one, you don't have a judge. Hello. Hi there. With, 4 years tournament store experience and professional Magic experience. Second of all, people are dumb. It's supposed to be fun. If you're not having fun, don't play the game.
Okay.
So, come have fun with us.
I'm down.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Also, you should definitely not learn from watching friends play. You should learn from the game client, or you should learn, like, legitimately.
I played Yu-Gi-Oh! So.
I learned from watching a random world championship on Twitch once, and even though that's, like, the highest play of Magic, the commentators they get are so good that, like, I could follow along and learn the process of the game watching the literal highest level of the game.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm down. Hell yeah. Let's do it.
I feel like we have a lot of just, like, unrelated topics, so what do you want to move on to?
Ooh, let's pick. Let's see. Oh, let's talk about the Overwatch Contenders EU broadcast.
Oh, hell
yes.
Let's
talk about the strike.
Yes.
That was sick. I love collective action. So
I love collective action in the media space. That's, you have the game space, I have the media space, and this is my shit.
You're like, this is my dojo. Like, you come in here.
These are my
unionize
boys.
These are my workers. No, the workers are their own democracy.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Their own boss. But yeah, so during I have some additional information on this because this tweet's kind of like sparse. Yeah. But during a Overwatch Contenders EU broadcast, the match and the broadcast was just completely cut because players and I think coaches as well also participated, or at least one did, walked away. It's a really weird situation as well. The walkout, it's people are like both teams are walking away for like sort of different reasons. The inciting incident is that they were told they were playing, I believe, a best of 7 or a best of 9, and it turns out it was a best of 5. So they went into game 4 with one team 3 and the other team 1 game 4. And then the tournament organizers were like, oh, actually they already won. And obviously, like, you're going to play differently when you know you have future maps coming down the line and chances to win. You're, like, going to, like, assess risk differently, knowing what your risk allowance is at the time. And so not only, like, is it like, bro, we scheduled, like, this whole thing around this different type of setup, but we played from the start completely different. So they tried to end the match. Their opponents, who had the 3 wins, even said, we are okay playing additional matches because this is what we had verbally agreed to and came into this match expecting to do. And the tournament organizers were just like, no. And so they were like, okay, you don't have an event anymore, and we're just all gonna leave.
Yeah, I mean, good for them. The EU obviously is so much better than US at, like, labor power, worker power, just exercising their rights. And I think it's horrible that, and it sounds like just an overall failure of, like, production. Maybe somebody didn't tell the team the right, like, setup of how the tournament was going to go. Maybe they told the teams 2 different things. And then the fact that the team agreed and then they tried to just settle it. It's very Activision Blizzard-y, can I just say?
Here it is. So they got to round 5 where it was 3-2. But they thought it was best of 7. So they thought it was first to 4.
They had the potential to reverse sweep.
Yeah, exactly. And they were reverse sweeping because it was originally 3-0. They 3-0'd, which, given what the tournament organizers...
And they won the one.
But that's the thing. It's like, you fucked up so bad. You allowed them to play 2 games past where you would have... it's so wild.
Bad.
And you know,
it's
part
failure,
like
for sure. And then
one of the teams is taking it more further, where they're kind of like striking about the general state of the Overwatch League and ABK as a whole. The other one is more just like they're not taking that big of a stance, but they are being very supportive of the other team's stance. And like, as long as like they don't feel like they're being heard, we are going to stand with them, which I think is great.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. That's what solidarity is. It's like, this thing isn't affecting me directly, but I support the people that are.
Yeah, here's the official statement as well I wanted to find from one of the teams. Exploiting alongside many others within the contender scene are distraught regarding the decision made from the match between O1 Esports and Munich Esports. The issues have occurred following multiple errors on Blizzard's end. We believe that this, in combination with general lack of communications, has affected the competitive integrity of this tournament. We hereby refuse to continue our series until the issues have been addressed. We apologize to all viewers watching the matches and hope you understand.
Also, can I just say thank you for calling out the fact that Activision Blizzard literally does not communicate. Like, this is something that the workers have been driving home since the Blitzchung scandal, because when the Blitzchung scandal happened, quality assurance and like even the receptionist at Blizzard Entertainment was getting death threats on the phone, and we were like pinging leadership every day. Leadership, you need to make this right. Leadership, here's how we feel about this. Why'd you take away his winnings, et cetera, et cetera. And they did not listen until people walked out. So here is them showing again their anti-worker.
This is footage from the match. You can see there's like, so they didn't like literally leave as much as they're just like fucking around. They're like, we're not.
Yeah, they didn't play the game.
Like, we're gonna ruin your broadcast by like.
Yeah,
we're not gonna give you the ability to like.
No more.
Yeah, we're not gonna give you the ability to move on. We're gonna legitimately ruin the overall production.
I mean, that's how you do it. You seize the means of production, and you let the upper class, the owning class, know that y'all are the reason why this is a successful product. You know, like the workers and the consumers are the reason why these products make money, and they should stop working against the best interests of the people who consume their product. Maybe, just maybe, you should do the right thing. Which is what we've been saying for an entire year.
Yeah, it's the match got paused, and it's a whole. It's all good. Yeah. Then they walk away, and you know.
Good for them. We need to see more of this. Like, hold people accountable for their inaction and for their actions,
and not giving them the opportunity to sweep it under. Right? If they just left,
exactly.
There's opportunity. You have taken that opportunity, and you made it yours. They can
just say, "Oh, technical difficulty or something," like, which is I mean, just you have the power. Workers have the power, and I love that they just took over the broadcast. Can I just say, like, amazing? Because that's something in organizing that you learn. Because obviously, when you go forward with like a campaign, like I'm union campaigning, the companies hire anti-union lawyers and try to bust unions. And there's something called a captive audience meeting, which is like a meeting that everyone's opted into, everyone has to go into, and then it's kind of like an intimidation tactic they use. And so something they teach you in organizing is taking over those captive audience meetings. And how you do that is like using the chat, using your profile picture, changing your profile picture to something to show like union support and solidarity.
Matching anime unionization profile pictures.
Yes. I love it. I mean, my Slack image, the deactivated Slack image at Activision Blizzard is the fucking unionize. So anytime you like look me up, it's like Jessica Gonzalez deactivated, and then the photo is unionize. But it's very important to take over those meetings because leadership absolutely uses those to be like, you have to do what we say. You know, just be good and listen. And then when you show like, no, workers actually have the power, that's when work gets done, because then they're like, oh, well, we actually have to listen.
Yeah, Hatred in the chat has a great point about content creator displays having an insane platform, and I think that's true. I think this is an episode I want to have later on with some guests where we talk about like the use and misuse of platforms in the digital age, whether that is for social issues and workers' rights. But it's great to see that, like, you know, the problem is a lot of time it's either people doing negative action or inaction against negative action, right? And here we have the overwhelming effect of positive action being used on those platforms.
Gamers rise up. You've seen it here.
I'll rise up here.
Yes.
I'm in my oh, you can't see him good. I'm in my sleep pants, but I'm rising. I'm here. Stand up, chat.
I want to get a gavel. I think that'll be a fun segment.
Oh, that'd be a good bet.
Like, I can talk about like all the new ULPs that Activision Blizzard incurs because they will.
Real quick before we move on to our next topic, I want to thank Danny, Rand1, and Kim Yo 0 for following. Thank you so much. We are live every Sunday at 1 p.m. PST. Usually Jess and our other co-host Josh and me working as technical director in the background, popping in and out. Rest in peace, Josh. You sick little lad right now.
He's alive. He's just.
I would play in the Eyes of an Angel, but don't want to get DMCA'd. And if you guys want to support, creator grounded content about the games industry, consider give us a follow as well, and come back every Sunday at 1 p.m. PST, or go to our YouTube to find the episodes you miss.
1 like equals 1 prayer for Josh.
one like is one more hair on that head.
Yeah.
That beautiful head. Cool. That's Overwatch.
Overwatch.
What do you want to go to next? We're gonna talk about this. Do you know? Okay, I sort of know about this. How much do you know about the Nier situation?
Nier?
The Nier Automata thing that's been going around?
No, I don't know anything about it. We can skip it.
I'll touch on it real quick. I don't know about Nier as like a cultural thing, like I'm not like in that, but I do know what happened, and I feel like a lot of people got part of it, and not the whole thing. So over the weekend, Nier Automata, it's an older game that people absolutely love. It's one of those like cult classic video games. Had a huge secret exposed where a few years ago, one of the devs had basically tweeted like, hey, as much as people have played Nier, as expansive as it is, there's something I put in here that no one's found. Like, I'm still waiting for everyone, like, to find...
Oh, like an Easter egg.
Yeah, like an Easter egg that I put in here, right? And then over the weekend, videos started going around Twitter and TikTok and Reddit of this secret area being unlocked in what turns out to be a church, I guess, according to this article headline.
Oh.
And people just start freaking out. They're like, oh my god, this is people who like Nier fucking love Nier. Like, it is one of those you go in very deep games in terms of like a fan base. It's like a Final Fantasy VII. It's like people that love Final Fantasy VII love Final Fantasy VII. I have friends who play games very casually, like they play like mostly like board games or Call of Duty and stuff like that. But they love Nier. They don't play any other game like Nier, but they have somehow found Nier and love the shit out of it. And yeah, so this started going around really viral. And I think what's interesting here is due to things like the TikTok algorithm, right? And the Twitter algorithm where people going off people platforms, right? People with platforms who disperse content without, necessarily having like a background to support it, started helping what turned out to be a complete fake mystery around. And so people were like, and credit to the guy who modded this, because this was such a complex mod for what is a very complexly built game, that's why it had so much credit, is that like normal people and even a lot of fans even watched this and were like, oh yeah, this can't be a mod. There's just no way. Like, this is so precise. It looks so clean. It happens so well. The game itself is so complex. How could this be a mod? And it's so original. That was the other thing too. It wasn't like, oh, there was like one new cube room. Oh, this was like a reskin on another character or something like that. Like, they basically miniature level designed an entire section of the game.
Wow. Men will literally mod an entire section of a game and come up with a campaign to find an Easter egg on Twitter then instead of going to therapy.
Yeah.
Also, I sent you a video in a DM right now where I would love for you to play it because this is that person who made the mod.
Yeah. Hold on.
It's in group chat.
Yeah, I love this. I love this meme.
It's my favorite meme right now.
I was thinking about pulling it up when you said it earlier.
Yes. I'm so glad it translated.
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Literally me every Thanksgiving to my family.
Activision Blizzard
The
are
first
finding
part.
themselves not guilty of sexual harassment and discrimination.
Yeah. But yeah, it got so big that the
that is a story we're gonna touch on next.
yes.
But
it got so big. First of all, the action guy was really cool where he came out and credited everyone that helped him. So this is a thank you post he made. He's like, hey guys, this is awesome. Like, I hope no one took this in mean spirit. Here's the map designer. Here's the blend. Like, here's like, I didn't do this alone, obviously, because it was such a complex thing. These guys helped make it happen. We just love this game. We love seeing you guys like getting worked up about this. You know, we hope you didn't like take this, you know, in a bad way. And they're actually releasing the blender and scripting tools, which I think is really cool to help people like.
I love when people do that. I hate when people gatekeep tools and stuff because they like.
But it got so big that I'm pretty sure Yoko Taro, who is the main director or programmer, I forget, literally like had to be like, hey, this is like I'm pretty sure he commented on it before they revealed it. But again, because a lot of this interaction was coming from places like TikTok, right, where the algorithm feeds it to you, you are only getting pieces. Like it's like the retraction issue, right, where it's like everyone sees the headline, so and so is a pedophile. No one sees the retraction, so and so proven not to be a pedophile. Like, right, that's not as clickable and dispersible. And it's one of those situations where, like, even for days after this was debunked, I had people I know who, like, loved this game finding out about this and, like, sharing the video. It's like, no, it's not real. It's not real. And I bet you anything, right? Like, you're going to run into people years from now, right? Because, again, they just found it off TikTok. They saw a TikTok video talking about it. They're going to be like, oh, man, did you guys ever find that, like, unlock the hidden room in your save file? And they're going to be like, no, this wasn't a thing. Like, what do you mean? Which I think is great. Like, video games has been missing this type of, like, mystery element since, like, 2013. Like, this is the shit that, like, when I would find, like, because, like, Pokemon, for example, right? So many things made up about Pokemon as a kid because you don't know what's up unless you bought the game guides, right? You'd be on the internet, you'd be on the playground, people like, oh, I found this legendary, I found that, you know, whatever. Like, there's Missing O and all that stuff. And there'd be so much, like, just random hoax information going around that you didn't know what was true. But you love Pokemon so much, you try everything. And then, like, you do the one thing that's real, like the Reggie puzzle, and it happens, and you just freak the fuck out.
That's sick. I love it. It's like, you know, back then when you would, like, look up Grand Theft Auto cheats and then just, like, write them all down on, like, a sheet and share them with your friends. Or, like, the Guitar Hero, like, here's all the, you know, boosters and cheats and stuff, and you just had like a long sheet of everything. That was the time. Oh,
Cappy correction in the chat, which is good. Yoko said he couldn't comment on it because Square Enix owns everything. I think that I think this is a comment he made in the past and now where he said he couldn't divulge what the missing thing in the game that he created is.
Like specifics.
But he also, I think, reiterated this statement when people asked him about if this was it. Which I think, like, I took that personally when I saw it as a denouncement because I feel like the Nier social team would have, like, tweeted about it, you know? Like, even if he couldn't say it, I feel like he was basically saying, if they're not saying anything, you should know that it's not us.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I mean, that's how I took it. I mean, if that's like a little 4D chess there, but that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
So, you know, autistic, so what are you going to do?
You mean based spectrum disorder?
Let's get neurodivergent in here. Let's go.
I'm one of those.
Let's do it. Oh, you're behind on the HD podcast. Never mind. You don't get the reference.
I am. I'm behind on the HD. I'm behind on like life things.
So
all of my time is spent forming unions in game development.
Ethan found out the original lyrics for "Let's Get It Started" by the Black Eyed Peas. Oh no, she froze. Oh no.
How did they?
Jess, you back?
I'm back.
Okay. Did you hear anything I said or no?
You said the original lyrics to that song "Let's Get It Started," and yes, I do know that.
Yeah,
and it's horrible.
So he found out about it.
Past production. Oh.
And he got obsessed about it. He's just like, how did they have a career when this is what they put out originally?
I know.
And then he started memeing it so much that he almost kept saying it over and over again, or did say it. So now he has to keep saying to himself, let's get neurodivergent in here. because he can't get it out of his head, so he has to say that so he doesn't get like YouTube banned.
I know that. As a neurodivergent, I cannot get things out of my head sometimes.
Yeah, so I'll accept
when
that.
When you know you need to, it's worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where that is. Anyway, did you wanna go to your Sims article? Because that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I literally just linked to this in our team's group chat with zero context.
I know the context, actually.
How does this happen?
Oh, wait, you have zero context?
Yeah.
Oh,
Please tell me the context.
Yeah, I mean, so what happened was there was a new update recently that, like, added, like, I don't play Sims, so I might not be verbalizing this right, but it added, like, the way to be, like, naming the sexual orientation of your characters, essentially, or dictating them. Whereas
before,
also
added non-binary as well.
What's up?
I think they also added non-binary as well, because I did see a TikTok.
Yeah, like the whole spectrum of like gender identity and sexuality. Like they just added a whole update.
It was
with
wait, before you go on, the TikTok in question was like, my cat has gender dysphoria. And I was like, oh.
Wait, can you find that?
I will find it and send it to you.
Okay.
We send each other a lot of.
Well, if you can find it right now, if you have it liked, I would love to put it on the show.
Yeah,
that sounds funny as hell.
It is funny.
But yeah, they added all of these preferences, which is funny because they already existed in the game technically. Because like I'm pretty sure. I mean, my experience back playing Sims as a kid, because I was a young boy who thought lesbians hot. You know, all women are hot, obviously, but lesbians.
See, you're a man of culture as well.
Knows that you could have women love each other in a way, but now they're just kind of like labeling it. I saw a lot of memes essentially being like, because like people kind of like push the update like in terms of like tweeting about it. It's like, oh, they've added gay and bisexuality and lesbians to the game. It's like, actually they technically just added like straight people, because until that moment all Sims were bisexual by programming definition of like how they would interact with each other.
All your sexual orientation belong to us.
And yeah, apparently incest is now in here. I think it has to do more with, let's click the article. Let's just read the article. I think it just has to do with like the fact that they opened everything up and didn't think about it.
Oh, I wish I was QA on that. Just be like, I'm gonna try this.
Let's see.
I love being in QA. We think about that stuff.
Says the update, some in-game characters are looking to date family members. One player shared a screenshot of an older woman who suddenly wanted to start a romantic relationship with her own son.
Wait, how old? Because I feel like depending on the age, that can track for like.
Ask Vernon to be boyfriend. From being friends, romantic and official. Don't forget to seal it with a kiss.
That face. Oh, the one in the corner.
So yeah, I don't know
how she really just was like, you up?
My pussy needs to be fed, and my vagina needs to be pierced. Get it? Because there's a cat in the background, so pussy has a dual meaning, you know?
That's good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to be demonetized from everything.
No, it's fine. That's fine. Video. We're also, we'll be an hour 20 into the YouTube video at this point, so. Also, we're not monetized.
We're not. We make no money on this show. We
make no money. We're in it for the skin of the game, baby. All these other people like quartering, they're farming your views for integrated advertisements and YouTube ads. We're in it for the love of the game, baby.
True that. Where is this freaking gender dysphoria cat on the Sims? I'm looking so
What if it's the grandmom's cat?
I know, right? It was like, my cat has gender dysphoria, ? And then, you know, she was a trans woman, so she's like, same.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it to see if anything comes up.
Yes, do it. Do it, bestie.
No, I don't see it.
I send way too many TikToks. I have to find it. I will find it.
Let me try searching on Twitter real quick.
Maybe. Where would it be? I'm all like, welcome to hour almost 2 of the show.
This is what happens when one of your hosts is the technical director, where if he's doing something, everything shuts down. Because usually you're like, hey, Mike, find something, and you and Josh can continue until we wrap back around because I found the thing.
Yeah,
but now we have to stop.
We crumble without you, Josh. Rip, Josh.
Rest in peace, sweet friends.
He is resting.
While you're looking that up, I want to talk about something cool that I think is like not
it.
traditionally in the wheelhouse, but I think is cool for the industry and developer work is a long term. So there's this product called the Analogue. It came out earlier this year. Oh, you found it? Okay, never mind. Pause.
Yeah, I did.
Pause for TikTok.
I found it. It's so good. I was like, I love this game. I downloaded it recently.
Gender dysphoria.
Well,
Help! Why does this cat have gender dysphoria? I mean, me too, but damn. Help! Why does this cat have gender dysphoria?
What is wrong with that cat? I want to help that cat. How can I help you feel comfortable in your own skin? Oh, I love video games.
that's so awesome.
Right?
All right, so quick shell time. This is the Analogue Pocket. You should go buy one for I think $300. It's actually really cool. So this is I'm actually going on the site so I can show it off because it's way easier to show off the site, and then I'll run back to this tweet for talking about the new update that I think is relevant to our new stuff. So basically, it's not an emulator. It's an emulation device where it emulates a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP, and a Neo Geo and stuff. So it reads the original cartridges. So it doesn't actually like, it's not like, oh, I'm pirating games and putting them on.
Yeah.
It lets you play those games on a modern device that offers like LCD screen, light backing. It up-reses it a bit for the same like proportions, but like a little bit higher. Let me see if I can.
Yeah. It's like what the Wii did for GameCube, but better.
Yeah, for cartridge games.
I love it.
Yeah, I really want one of these. It's just really expensive. Like, you can get, like, Neo Geo, Atari. It plays all the Game Boy stuff natively. It also can be a MIDI mixer for, you know, your, what's it called? The Game Boy sound music. But, yeah.
Can I just say, like, pull that out at a party, you're going to be, like, the talk of the whole party. Everyone's going to be like, what is this?
It's so cool. Like, this is Mega Man, playing on it. And, like, you know, like...
Mega Man's hard.
Yeah.
That game is hard.
Yeah, like it looks so good. Like what it does to the actual games is
it really does look cool.
Great. I think it's like $300, but I'll probably buy one at some point because these games are my childhood. So
you got to give us a review.
I will. They're on back order. Like they're so in demand that like the next order is for Group C 2023.
I just got put onto the list for a PS5 because I still don't have one. And the Stream Deck.
Oh, wait. So. Okay, I know that now because I saw one the other day and I could have grabbed you one.
Stream Deck.
PS5, yes. Not Stream Deck, but yes.
Oh. Yeah, PS5. Well, you don't know that Biden signed the Chips for America Act that makes
That's my gamer available. President.
Biden said, gamers rise up. Here's some chips. Also, like, who names these? Can we just come up with something cool, please? Like, Chips for America, we already have chips. You could have called it something cool, like abolish Bitcoin. I don't know.
Steam Deck.
Oh, Steam Deck. Thank you. Sometimes I confuse the two.
No, I think you said it. I think you said it right. Unless I misheard you and just corrected, but I think it's just.
Maybe. Yeah, Stream Deck is also a thing.
Yes, it is.
We should get one of those, so we're not just like fumbling around looking for.
So they are releasing a brand new set of updates here.
Sick.
A small quick one to go over is they're releasing Space Wars, which is one of like the original video games made back at I think MIT or Harvard, which is like Became and Lost to Time. But the thing I want to talk about is that they're releasing a developer program for video game preservation here. So a lot of the open software on the actual hardware is going to be available for helping to make games that for some reason aren't accessible to this platform to be playable. It could technically be used for your own games as well, you know, just by, you know, relevance of how it works. And what I think is also really cool is that they're adding just to kind of like gloss over it, they're adding an info dump section, which when you put in your cartridges will let you easily pull information as well as like digitizing and reading it. So for example, like that's good for authenticating a game, right? If you put in like an actual cartridge versus like, you know, there's a lot of fake Pokemon cartridges, for example, out there. Reading it.
True.
I think they have an image of it here. This is Space War here.
But wait, can I?
Yeah.
So when I was in White 2, I used to like not hack, but like I would like level up all my characters with like the rare candies.
Yeah, the Game
and,
Shark
like, I
hack.
would. Yeah. Okay. So can you do that still?
If you buy a Game Shark, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That'd be cool if they could like.
I mean, you could also just play an emulation of the game and do whatever you want.
But Mike, hold up, because I'm about to send you something and be like, if they don't have this game, then they're not real gamers, because this is the game of the century, made by Activision. Funny enough.
Okay. Well, while you're doing this is the other thing I was talking about. So in the new OS, right? It's gonna like give you like all this information. So like here's the developer, publisher, region, and like read the game.
Cool.
It can also, that's the other cool thing. It can play multi-region games, right? So games that were only available in Japan, you can now play on your American Game Boy, essentially.
I love accessibility.
Yeah, which is really cool. And I've seen a lot of people retweeting about it, how what this opening functionality means for localization of games that either were poorly localized or didn't have a localization. And yeah, I just think it's really cool. Just the fact that this has been really, this probably was announced like 3 years ago, like right before COVID, got delayed in COVID, and I was worried it wasn't going to come out or wasn't going to be good. It did both, and people seem to be really embracing it. So I think this is a really cool, as someone that has like a really big heart for the OG Game Boy games, a lot of my gaming time being spent on those because they were a more affordable platform for my parents to, you know, as a lower middle income family for me to be on, and also with a lot of the traveling we did living in the boonies. This is something I really think is a cool level of preservation that hasn't happened before for this platform, and I'm really excited to see what people are going to be able to do moving forward from this as well.
Oh, yes, agree.
All right, what'd you send me?
Also, they're not real gamers until they put this game on their... By Activision Publishing. Let's go. Donald Trump's real estate tycoon. Are you a gamer? Because if you're a gamer, you play Donald Trump's real estate tycoon.
Fun fact, the gameplay is actually just speedrunning bankruptcy. That's the whole game.
I know.
It's a speedrun leaderboard.
Look at the image. I love the giant Activision.
Wait, hold on.
Building's on fire with a bee missing.
Wait, let me get like an actual like good image of this.
Yeah. Toss the images up. Images and screenshots right there. Look at that game. That was the peak
Oh my
of
god,
Activision's
this is cursed.
Development.
This is fucking cursed. Oh my god. Good. The first review, like the first like returned YouTube video of just the title only has 885 views. Good.
Yes.
Good.
Let's fucking go.
When was this published?
Oh my god. A long time ago by Activision.
Wait, it's on Amazon?
Of course.
Oh, no buying on. Wait, no, $26.
$26.
2003. I wanted to know if it was post 9/11. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh.
Yeah. It is. This is... I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah, it's absolutely a thing. And it's not a fever dream. It exists.
This just looks like you're playing Slumlord Simulator.
So this is like what I imagine, like Donald Trump met Bobby Kotick one day and was like, I have a beautiful idea for a video game. You should get me in the video game. And I'm a real estate mogul, the best mogul there is.
I mean, SimCity was out at this point. They're probably like, I want to do that. I do that for a living. Everyone wants to be me.
Just put Trump on it. It'll be a good product. People will buy the product.
Let me practice how to kick out my tenants.
Right? Yeah, like, you think Animal Crossing is bad because they evict villagers for being ugly? Like, I don't even think there's probably only one demographic in this fucking game. Yeah.
Tom Nook's like, you better pay me. If you keep complaining, I'm gonna send you over to Trump Tycoon, and you're gonna see how you like living there, okay?
No.
No.
No, it would be funny if, like, Activision announces, like, the fucking Donald Trump Civil War simulator of, like, the fucking January 6th insurrection.
That'd be interesting.
I know, right? Because people actually died, and, like, he's in trouble for, like, actually inciting violence against people.
Crazy, right?
But, yeah, I know, it's wild to think, like, this man, literally... all he did was have money, and then people were like, let's put him on WWE. Let's make him a real estate video game. Let's give him the freaking United States and the launch codes. And then we're like, oh, this is a bad idea years later. Money corrupts. Who would have thought that?
Yeah,
Definitely not Activision.
I will state, you know, for the millionth time, right? Like, obviously, Trump is the worst, right? Like, the worst, you know. The worst ever. He's a loser.
But her emails.
Right, but her emails, because, like, all the Democrats had to do was not put up literally one of the worst opponents they could.
Democrats do something challenge impossible. They can't.
That too. One, doing anything, but then two, it's like, I literally posted
they
this.
Fundraise. That's the only thing they do is fundraise.
I
Everything
tweeted
else...
this the moment Donald Trump got elected, and I was like, Donald Trump's victory is not the victory of, like, the Republican Party, is the failure of the Democratic leadership. Like, that's what it is. Like, not much else to say.
Yeah, they're great at begging for money. Democrats, great at begging for money.
Yeah. Democrats beg for money more than actual poor people do.
Yeah, like when the Roe v. Wade leak happened, like, I think Nancy Pelosi was like, save abortion or something, and like emailed everybody. It's like, Nancy.
Did you see what Ollie shared this morning?
No.
Hold on, I'll get it.
Also, Salver Games, I've started just screaming in response to all of them. They said, same. I think when I look at something on Twitter that's gone viral, my immediate reaction is always, internal screaming, and then, or it's like a very exacerbated sigh. Usually that's like with anything involving Ted Cruz or something. I just expect disappointment from everyone.
Okay, prepare yourself for this.
Preparing.
I don't know if this is real, but Ollie sent it, so I assume it's not a meme.
Stop it. That's hilarious. Okay, so China did issue a threat to the United States saying that if Nancy gets, like, escorted by, you know, military aviation, that they're going to retaliate against the United States. Because they don't want Nancy Pelosi to visit Taiwan. So if this is a real email, that's really funny. Because it's like, my plane is going down over the South China Sea. Donate to my...
I don't understand why she needs so much donation money when her husband...
Sad. Can we get one donation?
Her husband is literally the greatest financial trader of all time. I don't know why she needs more money.
It's almost like there's insider trading happening there.
It's almost like he bought literally like 20 or 60K, trading. I forget which number, one's the pre, one's the post, of NVIDIA stock right before the government announced the chip thing. It's really weird.
Act. Where's the Guac Act? We need something to go with the chips.
Yeah. Well, no, that's because that's for millennials. That's why we can't afford houses. They don't want to help us afford houses, so no Guac Act.
They can't fix the economy, Salver Games, because the economy is designed
too broke.
In a way to, too broke. Can't fix it.
Well, actually, here's the thing. It's actually not broke. It's working exactly how they intend it. Yeah. That's actually the sad reality.
So unless we radicalize the working class and have a revolution, because the wealth inequality surpasses the French Revolution, people.
The French know what to do.
Like that.
Yeah. Cap Majestic following. Thank you so much, Cap. Love your face. How you been?
Thanks for the follow.
We love Captain Majestic around here.
Heck. If I don't reach 2,356 more gifts in the next few minutes to close budget gap, I will be the single most devastating plane crash of my political career. How? How is that?
Yeah, wasn't losing Roe v. Wade when you were already in government during the Obama era when you could have codified the worst plane crash?
Like, how is... I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's fine, Salvador. We can let you be the lever guy. You can be the lever, or girl, or NB. You can pull the lever. That could be your job.
Pull the lever.
Pull the lever, crunk. Okay, so I'm really annoyed at myself because I just thought...
when they see Nancy Pelosi in the water. Pull the lever. She doesn't have 2,356.
Yeah, and then the missile hits the plane. She's falling.
Oh my god! It's like, oh my god! It's like the Facebook like shit posts of like, look at this horrible disfigured person. If you donate or if you like this post, they will be saved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really annoyed at myself because unlike Josh, I am the transition hosting guy, right? And I just saw the perfect transition for this next story. So we're going to rewind real quick and pretend like we're on the quartering thing, right? Okay.
Oh, sick. All right.
Because I should have transitioned from this because I forgot it was on here.
Right. I got to lose some brain cells.
Speaking of absolute buffoons not understanding anything they're engaging with in media, Grand Theft Auto announced they're having a female main character, and everyone hates it, saying the game has gone woke. Have you played a single Grand Theft Auto that is literally a satire on all of America every time?
GTA's going woke, says the player base of the game that allows you to freaking murder strippers and rob banks and, like, literally commit crimes against random people for no reason.
I remember when GTA was about glorifying gang violence. It's like, did you pay attention to the story you were engaging with? Because I don't think that's what was happening.
Yeah, I mean, GTA is a funny game for me because, like, I remember when my friends used to work at GameStop, I would literally go in during their shifts so that I could watch them tell kids' parents what GTA was. Because it was really funny, and they're like, Mom, buy me this game. And then they're like, oh, this looks like a fun game. And then I would just wait for my friend to be like, well, actually, this game has this and this and this and this. Because they have to, right? Which is really funny because the kids are like, but Mom, I want to play this game. It's really fun. And like, now that there's a female character, they're going to be like, ugh, gross. There's a female character in this game. I'm just going to go, like, I can't murder strippers as a male protagonist. No, you can't. You're quite literally the antagonist.
It's not great.
Gamers, capital G, were a mistake.
We're a mistake. Again, it goes back, I've said so many times on the show that media literacy in this country, both like video and even just books, right? Like just literacy in this country as a whole is just not there.
Yeah, I mean, look at the quartering.
Yeah, exactly. That was the transition.
The man has never read anything in his life. How do you know those people are abused and marginalized? Stop abusing and marginalizing us, please.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's really, at the end of the day, it's a nothing story. I'm excited to hear more about GTA 6 because GTA 5, in my opinion, is one of the best games ever made. I think what it does from a technical level, a gameplay level, and a story level all together is fucking phenomenal. And I think it again, you can still murder strippers in that game. Like that's still there. But it kind of like takes more onus of the parts of itself that they let get away, you know, from the messaging at times in the older games. And kind of takes more onus and puts it back into commentary of like, yeah, you can do this, but this is what we think of people that do this. This is what like this is the kind of life you're leading, and you have to be okay with that if you think these things are fun or okay, you know?
I just want Rockstar to like create a mod in GTA where you can like unionize fucking random like storefronts and like stripper strike. Can we get the ongoing stripper strike that's happening right now into GTA? Like that would be.
I mean, in LA, that would probably be more chaotic than adding more gang violence. Is just like stores unionizing at random.
Yes, you love to see it. And then, oh my god, yeah, just like, let's make a game.
Yeah. I'll queue up the take that moke. Moke. All right, I'm tuning out for the episode.
What were you trying
to
say?
Nope,
what were you trying to say?
Nope.
No. Now I have to do the show all by myself. I think we talked about like most everything anyway.
No, you have Josh with you.
I do have Josh. Josh is always with me.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I'll queue up the take that woke moralist soundbite for when GTA 6
We'll see
flops.
Who cancels who.
Yeah.
That's to Jordan Peterson crying.
Yeah. Oh, what is the reality we live in?
He's so oppressed. He's such an oppressed demographic, Jordan Peterson. Oh my god.
Yeah. I think we wrapped through most things. We could probably cut the last couple, but I do think this is an important one to hit on.
I think we should end here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a good one to talk about.
If you didn't know, from everything we talked about, even just today, gamers are toxic, and Bungie
toxic.
Staff is taking the brunt of it.
I feel really bad for Bungie staff because Bungie. It's weird because when the Activision Blizzard scandal was happening and I was talking about working conditions and like very openly working at the company, people were like, go to Bungie, just do Bungie, Bungie does it better, like Bungie, like just loving Bungie, right? Because they didn't have their own like reckoning. And spoiler alert, it's everywhere, even in places you don't think it happens, like somebody somewhere, you know, unless you're like actively fighting against it, it's gonna be there. I mean, obviously I never worked at Bungie, so I can't say, but it's funny to see like those same people who are like, you work at Activision Blizzard, ew, gross, like coming after Bungie developers for literally nothing. Like, it sucks that just because you consume a product, you think you are the end all be all of like all product design and systems design and develop anything. And people should just shut up and enjoy the content. If they don't enjoy the content, move on. I think that gamers, capital G, were a mistake, and they don't deserve video games. And this is a prime example of why, one, gamers are toxic. The community is very toxic. And if you're not calling out your toxic community as a streamer, as a content creator, you are absolutely like weaponizing your fan base against developers. And I think that you should be very mindful when you're covering games. If you don't like a game, it's okay to say you don't like a game. It doesn't mean the game is bad. It doesn't mean you should send death threats to the developer. It doesn't mean that you should, it sucks. And it's weird because it's a phenomenon that happens in a lot of game development. It just does. It happens all over. It's like you can never satisfy all of your fan base, but like this game fan bases in general are so toxic.
Yeah. It's time for that part of the episode where Mike hosts and Mike makes the reference to the Rose Star Wars incident for the millionth time, where, as always, people don't like something about their media. And instead of addressing the person who was responsible for it, in the case of Rose in Star Wars, the writer or director, they blame the actor. And it's the same thing here, where people are upset about an aspect of the game, so they are going to harass every fucking developer who is A, working under their director's direction, B, working under management's discretion, and C, might not even touch that thing.
Yeah, always punch up. Like, if you are yelling at someone who is trying to make a living making video games that they like with little to no, like, say in how the systems even are put together, it's usually like a top-down, we need this in the game now thing. And even if it's not, like, it's a freaking video game. Why are you sending death threats over a video game? Like, go touch grass, go talk to another human being, go photosynthesize, I don't know, go butt chug sunlight, go do something that's good for you. Go drink milk. Go do something.
Well, milk actually isn't good. That's a lie. Milk actually isn't good.
Okay, yeah. Go drink oat milk or water.
Wait, no, it's also bad. It's a really bad waste of water. Water is good, oat milk bad.
Okay. Cool. But, yeah, I just think that y'all should just chill, maybe just like a little bit, just like chill a little bit on the death threats, streamers already get quite literally swatted, so.
Yeah. Should be a crime everywhere.
Yeah. Also, if you harass developers online, you're probably a fascist. Because you're just like carrying out the will of like your anger, or the anger of people around you. It's probably not even an original thought. It's probably a thought that some like hype beast Twitter creators or YouTube creators said, and then you're like, I can't form nuance around this opinion of this person that I follow online, so I have to adopt their ideology. Wait, and then you go use that to like harass people online. You're probably just not a good person.
Can I do an impression of what that hypebeast creator probably is?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Do I have sunglasses? I don't. Okay, I don't have some. Pretend I have like aviators on. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hey, yo, what's up, guys? In today's video, we gotta talk about Destiny fucking us hard, man. Okay, this new update, the Black Raven skin they're releasing instead of the Purple Raven skin, it costs $24, all right? I did not spend 3,000 hours playing this free-to-play game to get charged $24 for my Raven that I deserve. I play this game more than anyone. In fact, I know this game better than the devs. I know this game in and out. I could write Destiny 3 better than anyone else, alright? So if you agree with me, you should hit up this Twitter person with 100 followers who worked on the game, and all my 20,000 followers should go tweet at them. Peace out, I'll see you on the next one. How's that?
It was good. It was like I was watching Asmongold.
More like Ass Mongol. Got him.
We should make that a video game.
What, Assmongle?
Activision like by Activision Publishing.
I feel like Bobby Kotick already pitched it.
The goal is to radicalize your fan base to abuse developers online. It's very on brand for Activision. I think we should we should game jam this, shop it around. They love free labor, so.
I want a game jam where all the games are satire. Like, it's not even like a fully playable game. You just have to present a game ironically.
You have to find a designer, you have to find an engineer, and then at the end, the game just doesn't happen because everyone's got too much shit to do in such a little time. Yes, let's go. I love it. I love a self-aware project.
Oh, that's really awesome. That's really...
But yeah, also, if you're a Bungie dev watching, I'm sorry.
And we love you.
Former Activision Blizzard developer.
And we would love to talk to you if you have any comments about everything going on.
Oh my god, I would love to talk about like how these things affect people's mental health, because I've seen so many like devs go out in private, even delete their accounts. It's sad because like, you know, where you work doesn't define you as a person. And most people are just trying to survive on the resources that they have and how they know, and we shouldn't be punishing people for doing that. Also, like, fuck these guys. Whoever you are, going and harassing game developers.
You know.
You deserve to be exiled. Why don't we like bring back like putting people in those big wooden like prisons and then throwing tomatoes at them? I think we need to bring that back.
We did that for a YouTube video recently.
Nice.
We did what did we do? We did mini hoop golf at a castle, and the loser got put in the stockade and got tomatoes thrown at them.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. We should do that. Like, I wish I was alive.
Again, shame. NLRB. Shame is a very good motivator.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, we'll continue to shame anyone on this show. So if you do something shitty, we're gonna expose it on the show.
And for a good amount of money, Jess will shame you on OnlyFans if that's the kind of shame you're into.
True.
Yeah.
That's very true. Inquiries, you know, DM. Serious inquiries only.
I'll do it on Twitter. I don't have an OnlyFans, but if that's how you roll, I'll do it on Twitter. Jess, if people want to be shamed on a weekly basis, how can they find us?
They can find weekly stand-up on Twitch. We also re-upload our posts or our broadcasts to YouTube. Also weekly stand-up on YouTube, weekly stand-up on Twitter. And yeah, if you're a developer, you want to be interviewed on the show. We also have a Discord that we post memes in, as well as just talk about our streams when they go live. If you have ideas for segments, drop them in. We're very chill.
Self-admittedly, we're really bad about that, but we're also all extremely busy people.
We are very busy.
Yeah.
But when we do have a show, it's a good show. So thanks for your support. And yeah, follow us around. I'm also on Twitter as _TechJess. If you want to follow me there for more like games industry solidarity / shitposting / just like, I don't know, people like to yell at me on Twitter. So yeah. What about you, Mike? Where can they find the Mighty Mike?
People can find me on Twitter at The Mighty Mike. You can find me at twitch.tv/ The Mighty Mike. We're playing Final Fantasy 15 tonight in a couple hours if you're into that. Yeah, we just like playing games, having a good time. You can also find me on my new YouTube channel soon. We'll be dropping at some point soon. We got stuff in the plans.
Where we dropping, boys?
Oh man, there's new Apex update coming.
Your first game should be Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon.
Honestly, now that I know that exists, I'm already kind of putting together like how that video, because it's so not like
bad, Mike. It's so bad.
I have learned a lot from my. This is off topic, but I have learned a lot in my 4 months now at 100 Thieves about how YouTube works, and I have like looking back on like what I was doing before. I was like so close to getting it right. I was so. And granted, YouTube's changed, so like things change over time, right? But I was always just kind of on the cusp. And now that I know just how to like tweak it just a little bit, I'm oh fuck, I'm back, baby. I'm fucking back, baby. So
he's back, baby.
Yeah. So I'm already thinking about that idea. Of course, you know, to work with SEO, I would wait until Donald Trump inevitably announces his run for campaign for president again, so that it's more relevant.
Genius.
So I won't do it anytime soon.
Or he gets indicted.
Well, you know, that's never gonna happen. There's no responsibility. There's no responsibility. Again, Democrats do something challenge level.
Impossible.
There we go. You know what isn't impossible? It's raiding Josh's favorite simp and Jess's demanded raid, Hasanabi, here on Twitch.
We're gonna raid Hassan, because Hassan could absolutely use our watchers.
Yeah.
Come on.
If you like us, you're gonna like Hassan. If if you like Hassan, you probably don't like us because we're more boring and less hot. But yeah, we're here anyway. Jess, thank you so much for having me on today.
You're welcome. Thank you for co-hosting with me today and allowing our Josh to rest peacefully. See you, Josh. We had a great show. Also, one like, one prayer for Josh.
One follow is one prayer for our sick Josh. If we get 100 follows, he'll get 12-pack abs.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Just see it. Well, thank you all for joining us today. I hope you all have a great Sunday.
Bye to you,
we'll
Alyssa T. First time chatter at the end. Thank you so much. Hit that follow button if you haven't. We'd love to see you back here again.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us.